Alrighty, so welcome to the, one moment, just doing some setup stuff. Anyway, welcome to the Monday night stream. I'm your host, Pathfinder39. Today I'll be streaming Arcanum of Steamworks and Magick Obscura. Oy vey. Time to descend into technical fallout, I guess. Jeezerp says, can I be host? Well, it's hard to do that if I'm the one doing a lot of legwork on this front. We'll throw a baby fit. You're more than welcome to do that. Anyway. So, yeah. Arcanum, Steamworks of Magick and... yeah, just all that stuff. The game that is kind of like Fallout, but not really. It's kind of like D&D, but not really. There's a lot of things that are alike to it, but not really, is what I'm trying to say. And suffice it to say right now that... I'm trying to go through the game and pray to God that it holds up, but magical decay will catch up to me somehow. I just know it. Alright, so I'm trying to remember. Is this the broken ass game that can't function without mods? It can function without mods, it's just not going to be as ideal or as fun. Because you need like a bunch of tech stuff attached to it, so yeah. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, alright, so this is my endgame party right now. We got Raven, we got Zalrin, we have Logear, Magnus, Gar. One moment, let me see if I can find my phone. You know, I'll look for it later. Right now, this is what we're doing right now. So let's see here. What am I working with? The answer lies with Naserdin. Okay. Find Naserdin. How the hell am I supposed to do that, huh? Find Naserdin. Where the hell am I supposed to look? What was the conversation we had with Raven? Something about it being heart of the lands or something like that. Jeezer Bass, do you know about the show Good Omens? Yeah, I watched only the first season of it though. It was alright, I think. I liked it well enough.
How may I help you?
Alright, but yeah. Dragon skin leather, mystic leather. Does it really matter what she wears? Not really, no. Alright, Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I am completely and utterly lost on what the fuck I'm doing right now. So let me look this up. I know that Virgil has gone somewhere. I think he's gone back to... what was it? It was like one of the towns right now. It's either all the way down in Tarrant or all the way back in Caledon. Either way, let me see here. Virgil. Let's get Virgil back actually for that. Apologies, right now if there's chat going on I can't see because I'm doubling. Yeah, there we go. Good Old Men, starring David Tenish and Micro Shin. Okay. Yeah, so... okay, so... alright, I see. Alright, let's go get Virgil, because the whole thing with him is that he's gone on and have a literal epiphany. You know? Let's go to Shrouded Hills. Gorgoth's Path. And then afterwards, peer on out. To then swivel down to Caledon. Apparently he's in the Sobbing Onion. What a name. Alright, let's go get him first. And then, while I got this up on my end, I'm still not looking at chat right now, so give me a sec. So Arcanum, game, walkthrough. So we're because we have Raven and we have a few other characters on hand, it is now, I think, like the third act at this point. Ugh, jeez. But yeah. So Ashbury, Isle of Despair, the Wheel Clan. Tara. Oh, okay. Alright, you know, let's just deal with this first, I guess. Alright, now I'm looking back on stream now. Alright, so... You know, I really want to do the one mission that I know for a fact that's gonna justify my hatred for gnomes. I know it for a fact that it'll justify my hatred. I learned this through Scenich, which is funny to think because freaking Scenich in 40k, in Warhammer 40k, is the god of infinite knowledge and madness. And me knowing what I know now is just... it's a terrible, terrible burden. Jeez, Derbass, why do you hate them? If I ever get around to doing the mission that I know right now, it'll make sense in that scenario. But, in terms of trying to explain them, what was the quote for it once? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. It was the fact that they are oh man, what was it? One moment, let me pull up the actual quote. It's a fun quote. Let me see. Let's see, where the hell is the... There we go. I think I found it now. Alright, let me see if it's fine. There we go. Here it is. So, the quote goes, "It is no exaggeration or hyperbole that all evils of the world are endorsed and committed by gnomes. A gnome feels no empathy, no remorse, no common humanity that separates us from simple beasts. The only love a gnome can feel, if you dare describe it so, is for that of money. A gnome would sooner sell his own mother for a pouch of silvers than do a single good deed in his entire gaping hole of an existence." And that is the simple quote from Scenich about Arcanum and his description of gnomes. A very classic quote, if ever there was one. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Alrighty. Okay. Cheeserp says, that's so understandable considering my experience with them is them being used as an occasional enemy that could steal from me. Oh, indeed, my good friend. Indeed and in thought, but this goes far, far deeper than one may originally anticipate. Assuming that I can actually get the mission to trigger somehow. I'm just gonna, anytime I run a fantasy setting, gnomes are just gonna be the quintessential antagonistic force throughout the entire game. It's like, oh yeah, you know, they're just gnomes apart, they're just gnomes. They take one item, they play a high-pitched and then I'm forced to watch them scamper off at a speed too fast for me. But yeah, no. Here though, this is for a here in Arcanum, it's for an entirely different reason. But again, we'll get to it when we'll get to it. Assuming I'll ever get to it. Alright, let me double check. So... to reclaim Virgil, I need to find a place called the Sobbing Onion. What? Ryan Sanders. Alright, some place called the Sobbing Onion. Jeez. You'll get yours one day, Willoughby. You'll get yours one day. I just know it. Whether it be by my hand or someone else's, it'll happen. And I'll be there to watch and piss on your grave. Anyway, let's see. 7 Saints Avenue. Let's see. Telegram office. Where the hell am I supposed to find the stinking sobbing onion? Problem with Arcanum, and much like every other old CRPG game as a proxy, is that the map is always just... it takes forever for me to get by, alright? That's really that. I do have a map, but it's the most non-useful thing ever. Yeah, you see this? This is the map I have to work with. It gives me a visual descriptor, but it doesn't give me anything else other than this. I have to fucking literally guess and try and figure out where the hell anything is right now. And I have no idea if what I'm doing is going to be working. It's good for giving me a sense of direction. Terrible in the sense of actually being useful. Oh, fucking finally. Cheeser asks, where am I currently? I'm currently in a place called Caledon. That's really about it. Let's see. Hello, bartender. Heard anything interesting? Most helpful, thank you. Who might you be? Let me go by AL. What's your name? Certainly, AL. My name's Aeon. What can I do for you? Okay. Caledon. Yeah, think of it as like, I don't know, I guess call it the equivalent of San Francisco. I don't know. What the fuck is this? Oh my goodness. So look at that. Well, shit. Virgil is dead. Fuck. Any of these clowns got anything we could use to frickin' bring him back? God damn it. Oh, what great luck and convenience, I dare say. Give me a sec. Did I fuck this up somehow? Let me see. Get the fuck up. Who said you can die on me?
Greetings, my friend. It seems... well, it seems we both have come a long way. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me back.
Virgil, what happened here?
These men. They were the men who killed my brother, Lawrence. I had come here tonight to confront my past, once and for all. I knew that it would most certainly lead to my own death, but I just couldn't run from it any longer.
Can you tell me the story, Virgil?
Yes, it no longer holds any power over me. Before I met you, before I met Joaquin, I was very different. I was a criminal, really. An evil man. There's no other way to say it, and I don't mind admitting it to you now. I lived my life like a dead man. Well, at least in the sense that I used to view such things. I cared very little for anything at all. I lived only from moment to moment. No sense of right or wrong. I stole or lied or even killed with no thought for morality or consequence. And the men I associated with were the same way. Such lives feed upon themselves. My family moved to Caledon when I was younger. Lawrence and I were close in our early years, but the life I chose to lead as I grew older was repulsive to him. We finally had a falling out. At the time, I didn't care. The dead have no family and remember not their pasts. This place is a place for the walking dead, a place where men gather to feed their darker sides. I knew it well, too well. I spent a lot of time here, time and money. I also gambled with men who make a living doing so, and one night, I lost more money than I had. I was threatened physically when I couldn't pay. What is pain to dead men? I laughed and bled and spat on them. It was only then that they threatened to kill my brother if I didn't pay. Of course, I thought it was only a threat, and really, in the end, I didn't feel anything about the matter. I'd left all that behind me. Or at least that's what I thought. I can't tell you the pain which tore open my very soul when I found Lawrence, bleeding and broken, the life gone out of him. I cursed myself and the gods and everything else I had forsaken, and I ran. I ran so far and so fast that I don't remember anything until I woke up on the doorstep of the Pinari Temple, where Joaquin took me in.
Yes. And doesn't that seem like so very long ago, Virgil? I am Elder Joaquin. Yes, it is I. I must apologize. I have been so busy trying to find out who is trying to kill you and why, that I neglected to consider the fact that you might need my help in other matters. But you are alive, and so I rejoice. I I'd heard that Virgil was back in Caladon, alone. I feared the worst, as I knew a little more about his past than you did. I've been searching for him for the past week, and only now did I find him. You've changed much, young Virgil.
Yes, Joaquin, and I have seen much, but I still remember the lessons you taught me. They have brought me through all of this, even through death itself.
I knew from the moment I saw you that you were special somehow. That you were meant for more than the life you left behind. And I see that I was right. The Living One could not have chosen a better companion. You will be a powerful ally in the battle to come. Well, since I left Stillwater, I've been trying to find out if the prophecies say any more about what it is you're supposed to be doing. Unless I've missed something, Aronnax hasn't yet returned. What have you found out? Ah, that is quite a tale. You've done very well, and I think your journey is approaching the end. No, I think that you are in capable hands. I am no longer but I'm sure I can find something to keep me busy. Good luck. May the spirit of Nasruddin be with you and guide your path. Farewell.
Farewell to you. Virgil, you were saying?
I was just saying that I came here tonight to face my past, and to avenge my brother whom I betrayed. These men were the men who killed him. I knew that I wouldn't survive, but the weight of his death, and my cowardice, were too much to bear any longer. And here you found me.
Glad you're back. Will you join us again?
Yes, of course I will journey with you. As your protector and as your friend. As if I've got a bloody choice. Aren't we all just pawns of prophecy? And something else. I'm not sure, but I think that something has happened to me as a result of all this. I may be better equipped to face Aronnax when the time comes.
I'm glad. Virgil, shall we?
Yes. Let us continue on.
Good luck to you, Living One.
Alrighty, yeah, we're back at full power. We got Dog, we got Gar, we got Magnus, we got Raven, we got the other one, we got the Dwarf King, and then we got Virgil, whatever the hell. Alright, apparently the quest I want to do is tied to a series of other quests that I need to do. So I guess if I'm going to be doing anything, I'll likely have to do that. Let's see here. Alrighty. So I gotta find this pair of Siamese skulls. Alright, may as well do that. Apparently, I'm trying to remember, I know that my notes, I do recall finding a matchbook that goes over to the... Yeah, I remember, like, finding matchbooks there. However, I did look at a walkthrough. They did point me into the direction as well, so... Yeah, there we go. Unlike Pirate Software, I'm more than willing to admit that I used a fucking walkthrough. In spite of it, I do like to at the very least think of the, what was it? I do like to think of the actual stuff behind it as well. So, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is what my party looks like now. Just literally having me stand nearby and watching this shit unfold. It's great. So I've been trying to think of Where are we trying to go? Well, right now we're going to be doing a series of side quests. I would like to do the main quest, but I feel like if I want to, at the very least, put my own personal curiosity to rest, I'm going to have to, I want to do this quest, or this specific quest that leads into a chain that does eventually lead to the climactic ending that I want. Well, not really climactic, but anticlimactic, but all the same. It is an ending, and it is an ending and a quest that is worth doing at least once, in my opinion. And mostly just for me as well. I must burn the hatred into me if I am to truly play Arcanum for the days to come. Which is probably never after this playthrough. Not that it's a bad game, but let's be honest, I could stomach so much jank trying to get through this game. So we're heading back to Toronto, the industrial city of the world, run by gnomes. Alrighty, so yeah, we're heading northeast. Alright, so according to the walkthrough, we need to go to the Gentleman's Club. Not exactly the first thing I would think of, but yeah, no. That's what it's called in game, the Gentleman's Club. This is only boys only, you know? Ask your name. Why, I'm the Honorable Sir Matt de Chissier Esquire. Is this yours? I don't know about that. It's not mine. Leave me alone. What's your game here? Toss off. It's current gossip. Alrighty. Alright, let's wander around, because apparently there's, after talking to this guy, there's another guy you can talk to that's around here. Was it Kingston Center? Oh, this is Vermilion Station. This isn't Kingston. Well, where's Kingston then? Well, there's an island called Half Ogre Island. Gee, I wonder what's there. Half Ogres, obviously. Don't you dare spoil it for yourself too much, you know? Get the details in there. Soak it in a little bit. We'll get there soon enough. Assuming I can find my way to from Kingston Station. Let's see. Kensington Station. Thromgrack. Okay. Cheese Drip says he's just looking at the world map. If that's all, then just keep it at the world map. Don't spoil everything for yourself just yet. Like I said. Alright, let's see here though. Can I even enter this place? No, I can't. Alright. I'm gonna spoil everything for you. Oh, don't worry, I already know what to expect. But like I said, this is just a matter of consolidating that hatred into me. Where the hell can I see the city map? Let's see. 28, 28, 28. Where is 28? Okay, so... So we gotta look for a half ogre specifically. I'm not gonna mince words right now. This is kind of sort of why I'm a little bit miserable playing Arcanum a little bit. Technically, it's just a literal mess and a half. So where is encounter number 28? Because I see on the map right now 29. 25, 26. Oh, okay, there we go. I see it now. Welcome to the most elaborate map you'll ever see in a 2D game, but the most unfortunate part is that you'll be scrolling half the time, trying to figure out where the hell you go. The answer may be much more disappointing and more pain in the ass than you might expect. Alright, let me double check to make sure. Oh my god. Poon's Flophouse. This is the guy. Hello, bloke. I go by the name Thromgrak. Say, you don't a man named Desires, would ya? No, I've not had the pleasure, I'm afraid. Ah, that's obvious, or you would have been referred to it as a pleasure. If you happen to see him, tell him to get his bum over to the subterranean kiosk at Kensington Broadway. He's meant to have met me over an hour ago. Any idea where I might find him? Most likely at the bottom of a bottle somewhere, unless I miss my guess. I'll let him know if you're to see him. Splendid! Good day! Good day, sir. Teaser Bass, no way to zoom out? No, not with this game, unfortunately. I'm stuck at this set FOV, so I can't see any further beyond this. Ask your name? Thromgrak. Obviously, his drunkenness was a ruse. Who are you? Why'd you lead them to me? Talk quickly before I kill you. What are you talking about? You're one of Grok's men, aren't you? When I'm on the street, he asked me to do a favor. Do him a favor, that's it. I may be insane, but I believe you. Now get out of here before I change my mind. What's this about? Can't talk. Follow me. What's going on here? Who are you? Can't give you those answers yet. Suffice to say, I'm part of something that, well, I don't even really know what I'm part of. It's safer in the way that I'm caught, but I do know a few things which I can tell you prove you can be trusted. It looks like I'm gonna need your help now because my presence here has been compromised. How do I do that? It may sound strange to you, but I'm here in Tehran, trying to recover the skulls of Renar's Siamese twins. Their skulls are evidence that, while genuine if you bring them to me, where'd you find one of these skulls? It's difficult. The skulls were interred in a mausoleum in Tehran Cemetery, but I went to look for them. They were already gone. So where would I go look for them? I don't know, but I believe they're still in Tehran in a warehouse somewhere, waiting to be shipped out. Okay. Turn with those skulls then. All this legwork just to get a pair of fucking conjoined twin skulls. Great. What makes these conjoined twin skulls interesting in the first place, huh? Let's see here. Here. Are these the warehouses? God, I hope so. Hey, you're that. Ask your name? It's part of my rudeness. Simon Plow. A bit distracted, has a bit of a fix. What's your problem? Inherited these warehouses and I'm selling them off to pay my debts. I have a rat problem. Big rat problem. Nobody will purchase them from me until the rats are eradicated. How much you want? That's the problem. I have no money, and I need money to sell these products. I'll just say whatever you find as you're cleaning them. Alright, sure. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty.
Yes, sir. What?
Got brewer's yeast. Great. Just watch as my characters just eradicate them. My party's just doing all the work for me. It's great. I love it. Let's see, we've got a compass. Take that, I guess. It's useful, I think. More CK sugar. And dwarven ores. And some arrows, actually. I'll take those. Any other stuff that we got in here? Electrical components. Tom's fertilizer. Oh, jeez. You know, I can't help but laugh and think to myself about how a while there was like this fucking video about, you know, kids and their fucking slangs. I can't help but just like laugh a little bit, just the fact that among the video footage shown, there was a kid just like yelling out fucking the skibbity song to calm himself. But yeah, it was just kind of hilarious. It was just like, wow, of all things to you know, chant to yourself, you choose that? Really? And yeah, it's just funny and screwed. Aish. Alright, let me see here. These things got anything on them?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let me see. So, Zone 45 is where we need to be. Oh, I'm currently in Area 40, that's why. Okay. Gzerp says, working on a project, make my own inscription card deck. Cutting out cardboard and using an actual card as a template. Oh, that's not bad. Area 40, that's lame. I'm in Area 52. Yes, I know. Area 51. Yeah. Let's see. Doors are jammed. So I guess this is our lucky Area 52. Alright. When all else fails... No, give me a sec. Alright, when all else fails... Use violence. How do I... Attack, damn it, attack! Aish. Good old-fashioned B&E. No one's gonna stop me. Anything on the ogre? The were-rat's got cash. Ah, fuck it. Ransack the place.
How may I help you?
Oh, sweet. I got a gun that's useless. And some other stuff, too.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Alright, but now I got a gun, guys. I got a gun, and I don't like it. I hate it. In fact, one of the worst things you could probably give me in this game. Because guns are just underpowered as shit and horribly balanced. He's got a gun! That's not a threat, that's just people...
Yes, sir. What would you...
That's not a threat, that's just people pointing out the fact that he's got a gun. Oh, that's an inconvenience, if any.
What is it that you want of me?
Every now and then I like to go on the internet and look at fan art of stuff. It's a very good pastime of mine, I'd like to think. But among them of course, I sometimes see stuff that was... Yeah, sometimes I see something that's like from Tumblr, and it's like from the ye olden days or something like that. When I say ye olden days, I'm mostly referring to the fact that...
What is it that you want of me?
Yeah, when I'm referring to the ye olden days, I'm talking about like that old school pastel art style type of thing, you know? It's a very interesting style, I'll admit. It's aesthetically pleasing and everything, and sometimes the artists on Tumblr are pretty good. Good in the sense of them being very good intermediate hobbyists, I imagine. Point remains, though, that sometimes it just gets me questioning, just like, why the hell do they apply it to this? Sometimes you see the odd niche game like Arcanum. Sometimes you see like mainstream stuff like Castlevania. It just makes me question a lot of times of like, why are they all on Tumblr? Brought you the skulls. The brick we're looking for. What's going on here now? Arthur Tyron. Some years ago, bizarre breeding experiments begun in secret in which began to affect the balance of power in Terrans. The Renard twins were the first viable offspring produced by these experiments. The skulls were simply the first piece of a long chain of evidence we gathering to expose them all. Who is this? What's the purpose of the experiments? I told you all I dare. Tyron can fill you in the rest. I need you to bring him the skulls, if you would. It would be far too dangerous for me to search out for him. I've already spoken with him. He's in. I don't want you to know. It's better that way. Please make haste with the skulls. Alright. What was he talking about? Oh yes, the Tumblr drawings I see sometimes. You know, sometimes they're very interesting, and I actually see them like replicated on other forums somewhat. Reddit is probably the most common place you'd see like sometimes art being posted. And yeah, no, whenever I look at like people's drawings, it's just interesting. It makes me look back at my drawings a little bit and just kind of sort of like question, just like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I doing? For the record, I don't think my drawings are inherently bad, but I don't think they're like that great either currently. They're kind of like amateur hobbyist sort of thing. At very best, I consider myself an intermediate. Thing is a lot of stuff I make is like rudimentary, I feel, is just very simplistic, despite the more grander scope and scale of it all. Alright, back to Caladan. Watching my buddies here just curb stomp everything. What the fuck? It's just battle music just playing all of a sudden. Let's see. Arthur Tyron. Number 12. Let's see. Okay. Insert Guardian Stalker battle music. Yeah, that sounds about right. Just like all of a sudden, just like, oh, in the middle of a battle. In a domestic situation where there's no battle going on. Alrighty. Slowly but surely we are moving away and moving on to this, to uncover this terrible, vile story. What do you want? What are you here? You're working for them, aren't you? For who? You know who. The day's finally come. Arthur Tyron's come too dangerous to be allowed to live. You're Arthur Tyron. The Caesar sent me. The skulls! You have the skulls! Yes, here they are. Yes, it's all coming together now. What is it? I've uncovered a plot of ramifications of what could bring down the government of Terrans, but I need your help to finish my work. Is that so? Have you ever wondered where all these half-ogres are coming from? 100 years ago, a half-ogre was a rare thing, usually the result of raping and pillaging. But human women aren't equipped to birth a baby the size of a half-ogre. That is rather strange. Never thought of it before. They're breeding them. They enslaved women and forcing them to mate with ogres, I tell you. Who's doing this? Gnomes! The gnomes of the Industrial Council in Terrans. Have you ever noticed that every gnome seems to at least have one or two half-ogres always following them? They're breeding them for protection. How'd you find out about all this? Oh, I've been on the trail a long time. I have. And now you've brought me the skulls. I'm ready to close in and grab the proof I need to expose them. It's just that, well, it's not much in the way of physical prowess. I need someone I could trust to collect the evidence for me, as I don't think I'll survive if it's ever a treacherous endeavor. What does that have to do with the skulls? The Siamese twins are the results of the first twisted breeding experiments. They tried to breed elves with orcs to produce the breed of extremely strong, resilient mages that could control them. But this was before it was obvious that technology would one day rule Arcanum, of course. So what happened? The twins were the only viable offspring to come of those experiments. They were going to be put to death, but they disappeared from the laboratory before the termination could take place. They appeared in high society some 20 years later, and they were believed to have been under the protection of a powerful ally on the council for them to have survived that long. Who is this ally on the council? No one knows. I have communicated with them in the past through codes and newspaper and through serendipitous means. I could possibly help you. What do you need me to do? Through research, I've discovered the likely location for the breeding facility in a small island I've dubbed Half-Ogre Island, near Thanatos. You would need to find a ride to the laboratories and bring me some sort of evidence I could use to expose them to the world. Why not have Cesare do it? Sir M.D. Cesare is dead. Well, then I have no choice, then, do I? Excellent. Here, I'll mark it on the map of the location of the island. Don't speak of this to anyone. It could be unhealthy for you and me. Cheesedrip says, wait, I brought that up as a funny. Now it's a quest? Yes. This is the quest I was talking about. And I was alluding to of like how this will consolidate my hatred for gnomes fully. Oh, this is awful and great at the same time. Gnomes. Those penny pinching little motherfuckers you thought were just like, oh hee, they're cheap thieves. But now it's just proven, just time and time again now, that they are truly, truly vile, disgusting, fetid, corpophiliac little fuckers. So, let's make our way to the island, I suppose. Alrighty, so here we go. Oh, Captain, my Captain, I need a ride. Book passage. Passage for 8, please. Alrighty. Oh god, my game crashed. The game is conspiring to stop me. I will not stop. My hatred will be made. It was the gnomes. Uh. The gnomes are trying to stop me, but they will not stop my progress. I will not relinquish in my crusade. Oh my god. Here we go. Oh sweet Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at this place. Oh my fucking god. Oh yeah, no, this is just something, isn't it? Fucking, as much as you get away with, Troika Game says, boss, is this necessary to have the half-ogre breeding facility? Yes, it's important. Very important. I hate gnomes, and I want everyone else to hate gnomes. Oh my god. And people thought Seth Scenage was bullshitting and just like memeing. No, this is like legit. Fucking genuine hatred justified. Oh my goodness, grief. Let's go. We gotta give the book over to, section, human male, half female ogre. Okay, so this is the book right now. We're gonna read this book, or I'm gonna skim it over. Human male, female half ogre coupling producing offspring seems rare occurrence, not dependent on significant numbers. Human female half ogre male fared much better, but 100% loss of host. Experimentation has increased with new influx of female subjects of low society. Males cannot be relied upon to go to term. Poor health, suffering from common ailments. Healthier source would be immensely, as I would have some social ideas I would like to implement, but the subject I have to work with cannot hold up under the knife. The surgical techniques we've applied, a number of fatalities removing unborn before term. The host seems to have viable 3 harvests before the body fails. My less dedicated colleagues have been dismissed, expressing doubt about the female host. No such compections. Once they are here, the numbers to me are nothing more. Scientific advancement would never occur, and weak will would have to say. They will die, every gnome. I will find a way to purge the unclean from this world. Close the door. Clearly, we have company. I'm glad you're here. You're working with Tyron, were you not? Who are you? Where's Tyron? I do not know. I was meant to meet him here to exchange information. Oh, really? And what information would that be? Information that is dangerous to possess. I've been on the same search as Tyron and his colleagues, but I believe I've gone much deeper. What have you discovered? I should be asking you that. You have recently acquired something damning to certain parties, have you not? No? What makes you think I have? I see you're wary. That is smart. The trail we've been finding is a dangerous one. Very well, I'll share with you the information I've gathered and decide for yourself whether you believe me or not. I'm certain of how much of it I believe myself, but this is what I found out. I'm listening. 55 years ago, a group of gnomes of various parts of Arcanum began to acquire a large amount of money investments in the new technology. As their wealth and perceived influence began to grow, age-old prejudice began to surface. Gnomes were thought to be miserable thieves. The other races did not trust them to gain power. There were thefts, beatings, and threats. Mysterious letters in the night warning the little gnomes to keep in their place. The gnomes tried human bodyguards to no avail. Any human would be a bodyguard to a gnome, and at the time was the definition of trustworthy. Shiftless sort. At first they tried unsuccessfully to breed elves and orcs into bestial magical hybrids to do their building. The Siamese twins. Exactly. But you know what I'm talking about, don't you? It's a foolhardy idea to begin with. At any rate, orcs have a natural dislike for gnomes, and the gnomes needed something more docile. The next obvious choice seemed to be half-ogres. Tired of being hunted and promised large amounts of food and gained the gnomes extremely loyal bodyguards. But there's a problem. A half-ogre was a rare thing in those days, and were good scientific reason for being so. The gnome without bodyguards were used as leverage against the protected. Continue. A great concentration of gnomes were in Terrans, which is still the monarchy at the time. They pleaded with the king to help, but the last thing the kingdom wanted was a group of rich banker gnomes. Rich banker gnomes? Where was it? Rich banker gnomes with power in his kingdom. The beatings continued. The king and his court turned a blind eye to their plight. That is when, let's call him Mr. X, decided to act. X. Yes, he hired a prostitute to go home with him one evening. He locked her in his basement, where he happened to be keeping a full-blooded ogre. You can imagine what happened then. She died giving birth, as was expected. But Mr. X has future bodyguard. He had recruited some other gnomes, and the kidnappings began in earnest. What happened? For safety's sake, let's say they set up a breeding laboratory in the island you visited. Their plan wasn't working out as well as they hoped, as the women are all dead giving birth, and the more prostitutes that disappear, the more authorities looking into their affairs. They decided to try surgical means of delivery, but the women were too sickly to survive that. This is when the king's hirelings discovered what was happening. Unfortunately for the king, though, the gnomes had become incredibly rich in this time. Rich enough, in fact, to purchase the king's murderer, and the kidnapping of the queen, and the kidnapping of her son. Rumors began circulating immediately, pointing it to be the queen as the killer of her husband. The queen was brought to the island, wasn't she? Yes, she was the patient in the first successful operation, mothered 3 before she passed, I believe. Soon after, the Industrial Council gained power in Tarant. The disappearance of the prostitutes began to slow down. But a mysterious rash of disappearance of the wives and daughters of political enemies of the council began. Monster! That only lasted for a short time, however, as they had bred enough half-ogre females to no longer need to rely on human breeders. They have hundreds of them now, kept on cages, on breeding farms somewhere. Kept They keep this whole thing in the cloud of mystery by releasing half-truths, lies, and even real information throughout unstable individuals like Tyrant. So nobody can believe any of it. Exactly. Everyone believes in the imaginings of a madman and paranoids. Is this all true? That's a good question. We must not be too anxious to believe in it because we want it to be true, or too anxious to disbelieve it because we want it to be false. We must remain neutral in our decision as to whether or not it is true or not. It's absurd. It's either true or isn't. None of it is true. Well, maybe some of it. I'll bring proof to the press. Expose this whole thing. With what? Nothing. You have a journal that's left to you fine on purpose. Which could you have possibly written last week? What have you seen? Why I believe you saw an abandoned warehouse, nothing more save than the twisted imagination of what it made out to be. Why are you doing this? We always need more converts to spread the word. You might have had the real information, but you don't know anything. What have I told you that's real? Feel free to tell anyone everything I told you. I'm sure the press will have a good story. Perhaps. Good day to you, sir. It's been a pleasure. Pleasure hasn't begun yet. It involves your excruciating pain.
Why are we attacking this? I'll not continue such behavior for long.
A crusade will be had at some point. Whether it be today or tomorrow, I don't know when. But one day, Tarrant will burn for what it's done. It may have ushered in the age of technology, but a new age crusade will begin. And it begins with one thing: the total eradication of gnomes. That day will not come today, I suppose, though. Greater threats rise on the horizon. But know this, one day, just one day, it will happen. Alrighty. Let's see what I can... You know what? Hold off on this. As much as I would like to continue playing, I feel like this is probably the best way to end things off for this stream for now. Cheezer mentioned about his rant about gnomes as well. Speaking of gnomes, I made a terrible mistake of watching Sherlock Gnomes. Dumpster fire. The plot was terrible. Message was cheesier than pizza, the cheesy crust. Hell, Sherlock wasn't even in character. Neither was Watson, the one who was referred to Watson. In the end, Sherlock learned the power of friendship, which he doesn't really care about. Oh my god, it was painful. But yeah. So, Arcanum. What is there to say right now, other than the fact that we just discovered a whole big-ass conspiracy, and now I'm fucking burdened with the curse of knowledge now. And now, you are too. You bear this fiery hatred in your heart, just like I. We can't escape it. Alright, but yeah. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Apologies for the shortness and curtness of this. But, yeah. No better time to end things off on for this stream than that. So, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll see you next one, that being possibly tomorrow. I'm thinking sometime in the afternoon, hopefully. And yeah, till then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.